Welcome to the another video of the power electronics converter. So far we have discussed here that what will be the voltage ripple and what is the current ripple if we use DC-DC buck converters. So for a buck converter, let us say I0 is the average current, which is shown by the green line, and the inductor current is not a straight line, rather it is increasing and decreasing, and this is that the ripple in the inductor current. The ripple in the inductor current is given by del IL. We can show the ripple part here. The ripple in the inductor current is given by, this is the ripple, so we can name it as del IL. So this del IL is given by the expression that we have already derived, d1 minus d Vd by L Fs. And also the output voltage, let us say average voltage is V0, and we are getting output voltage which is, there is a oscillating, and how far it can be straight line, it depends on the capacitance, filter capacitor. So we need to design the value of the C and L so that we try to minimize this ripple as much as possible. So let us have a understanding of the determine the critical inductance such that the inductor current will be just continuous. That means for what value of L here, for what value of L we'll have the inductor current will be just continuous. So for that, let us draw the inductor current over here. So let us say it is rising to a certain value starting from 0, and by the time it is during the off time, it is coming back again to 0, and like this it will proceed. So we can find, and we can say the average current over here is, this is the line, average current. So this is a condition when the inductor current is just continuous. Here the inductor current is supposed to be continuous because it is changing from some value of I1 to some value I2, and it is oscillating between I1 and I2. But here it is starting from 0, it is reaching to a certain value, peak value. Then we are assuming that let us it come back to 0 before it again starts. So we will have to choose the value of the L. We will say that L is LC. The value of LC is the critical inductance which will result the inductor current to be just continuous. So for just continuous case, we can write the value of del IL, which is here del IL. We can substitute this value. So we can get here del IL is, this is the height. So this is the height del IL. So it is clearly seen that this height is the average value I0, which is half of the del IL by 2. So we can say del IL is equal to 2 times of I0, and I0 is the average current, and which is equals to, let us put the value, d1 minus d Vd by Fs, L into Fs, and this L will be called as LC because this is the critical value of the inductance. Critical value means the inductance below which it will be discontinuous and above which it will be continuous. So from here we can determine the value of LC. It's very simple. So this is the expression what we get by taking this LC here and 2I0 here, and which can be written as this D into Vd as we can write as V0, because d into Vd is V0, 1 minus d divided by I0 2 times of Fs. So here V0 by I0 we can write as R. So we can write R 1 minus D divided by 2Fs. So we can decide the value of the LC, critical inductance, with respect to the R also, and duty cycle and the switching frequency. Next is that we need to find what would be the value of the capacitor such that this capacitance, which seems to be having average value V0, this will be just continuous. Just continuous in the sense, now you will have the capacitor will be like voltage will be this will be having the same pattern, but it will be just continuous. So in that case, what is the average voltage? Average voltage in between it. This is the value of the V average. So I can write V0 is equals to del Vc by 2. And this is what is the del Vc. Del Vc is the ripple voltage. So now we have the ripple voltage del Vc is equals to, this is a formula we have already obtained. So this value will be equals to 2 times of V0. We can get it from here, 2 times of V0. So simply we need to just substitute this value 2V0 here, and we can get the value of critical capacitance. So we get this value 2V0 here, and C taken out this side. So the critical value of the capacitance will be like this, and this can be simplified with dV0. So dV0, this term and V0 will cancel out. So what remains is 1 minus D divided by 16 L Fs square. So this is what the value of the critical capacitance. Now we get the value of this LC and CC over here. That will determine the current which when it will be discontinuous. Discontinuous means it is just continuous mode, and it is, we can say it is discontinuous. Also we can write why it is important that we can have a parameter here, that this I0, we can have a parameter like I0B. At the boundary condition, the average value is I0B, which can be also said ILB is the average value of the current at boundary condition. So we will use this expression of I0B and ILB to find out during the boundary condition how does the current will change if the duty cycle will vary. So in this circuit, with reference to this circuit, we can write here that VL is equal to L di by dt, where VL is equal to VD minus V0. And here we can also we can draw, let us say during the on time, this is the time when it is on, switch is on. So when switch is on, you have got the voltage over here, which is given by VD minus V0. And when the switch is off, when you have the switch is off, then same VL will be given as L di by dt and is equal to minus of V0. So this slope is also negative, so minus will be there, so minus cancel out. So we'll have this VL is equal to, but VL is equal to minus of V0. There is no point of cancelling these terms, because this term can be cancelled in case you have taking the equalization of this DI value, or else we don't require this. So VL is equal to minus of V0. So VL is equal to minus of V0 here, and and you can have minus V0 for the off time. So like that we can have the on time and off time is we can relate, and we can get the off time like this. So during the time it is on, we have Vd minus V0. During the time it is off, the voltage across the inductor will give minus V0 over here. So similarly we can draw the current waveform. During the time it is on, the current through the inductor will rise, and when it is off, the current will fall. Similarly it will rise and again it will fall. And it is seen that this current which is rising and falling, this current IL will actually settle down to 0 before it again starts for the next cycle. So that is a boundary condition here. So from the boundary condition we can also say that if this current, the highest value is nothing but this highest value of the current is, you can write here, this value is IL peak. So we can say this is the peak value of the current, and the average value of the current will be this middle line of it, right? So this middle line will be the average current, and this current will be given as ILB, and this is also the average value, so I0B is the average current. So like that we have this expression. So we can write here, our objective is to find that what is ILB. So ILB will be time half of IL peak, because it is a half of IL peak, which is equals to, so IL peak we can get it from here, like if I put anywhere in this, suppose this equation I will use, and here I can write is L di by dt. So what is a delta I? Total change is del IL or IL peak. Del IL is the total difference. So we can write here del IL divided by dt. dt is the time during the on time. On time is dTs. So this is dTs, which is equal to Vd minus V0. So we can get the value of del IL here, because ILB is equal to half of IL peak, and this IL peak is nothing but del IL. So we can substitute here, del IL is equal to, this half will be remain, it is del IL is equal to Vd minus V0 d time of ts divided by 2 and L. This is the value of ILB. So that expression can be written as like Vd if we take common. This is V0 is dVd. So 1 minus d is multiplied with d VdTs divided by 2L. That is equal to I0B. So here we get the expression of ILB. This seems familiar. So we will draw the curve now. Like in the x-axis it will be duty cycle D. So let it be starting from 0 and maybe having some value 0.5 and then 1. In the y-axis we will have the value of ILB. So if we plot the curve, we will find that when you put the value of d equals to 0, it is 0. When we get d equals to 1, again it is 0, because 1 minus 1 is 0, and d equals to 0.5. When it is 0.5, you will get a maximum value. How? You can derive this dIL by dt, d of d. That means I am saying that you can derive like this, d of ILB by d times of capital D is equal to 0. If you take it to 0, then this term will give you d is equal to 0.5, because at maxima this will be 0. So you will get some value over here, and then you can plot a curve for different value of d when it will be maximum. So this height will be giving the maximum value, and this maximum value we can write that ILB max is equals to, this is 1 by 2 and this is also 1 by 2. So Vd is, not is, Ts. Ts divided by 8L, because this is 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 4 to the 8, 8L. So this is a value of ILB max. So can we write can we write this as, here, substitute this value, we can write here ILB is equal to, in terms of ILB max we can write, so if you say 4 ILB max, that will be okay. 4 ILB max into D 1 minus D. So like this we can have the expression of ILB, and this expression is meant when supply voltage Vd is constant. This is assumed to be a constant that we are giving through a constant voltage source. This is the assumption, right? So with this assumption we are getting this value of ILB. So in the next video, since we get the boundary condition here, so in the next video we will try to have a discontinuous conduction, and if it is discontinuous conduction, like, to be given a hint, suppose this discontinuous conduction, so the current will be we can draw that how the output voltage waveform will be like Vd minus V0, and it will be like off for some time, then on for some time. This is the way which you will get, that is minus of V0 over here, and this is Vd minus V0. So in case of discontinuous current conduction, the current is rising from 0 and it will fall to 0 before it is before the off time. So what is the before value, we do not know, so we will try to evaluate this. What is this before value? In this situation, what is the average value of the current and how we can relate that value with the boundary value, and keeping here at two conditions. In discontinuous mode, one condition is Vd is constant, so supply voltage is constant. Another way is V0 is constant. So somehow the voltage output is made constant, and the supply voltage is given through the AC to DC rectifier, and that Vd value is deferred. So these are the two different cases that we will study in the next video. Thank you.